Growing up, I was always surrounded by a culture where appearances mattered a lot, and my obsession with dieting started when a family member told me that I looked heavier than the other girls on my dance team. I was only 14, and these words had a huge impact on my self-confidence, so I started a diet. I was highly uneducated on how to lose weight, so I did what every other clueless person does: use Google. This was when K-pop diets were popular, so I followed them blindly, and since I was eating less than 1,000 calories a day, I started to lose weight. I lost a total of about 20 pounds in 3 months. However, eating under 1,000 calories soon became a burden, but I wanted to keep the weight off, so I resorted to binging and purging. Fast forward to college. Due to the constant binging and purging cycle, I ended up gaining over 30 pounds, so I restricted my calories again. Within 4 months, I was able to lose 20 pounds and I felt fit. However, the results didn't last long again. I quickly gained all the weight back, plus more. And the more I tried to restrict myself, the more stress I placed on my body. It wasn't long before I soon started to faint, lose my period, break out, and feel anxious all the time. I was also warned by doctors for being at risk for hypothyroidism. This was also an explanation for why it was becoming harder for me to lose weight. I tried to be healthier by working out more and counting my macros within a healthy budget, but the calories still scared me. I still struggled to get out of my yo-yo dieting cycle. So by 2019, I was back to square one. At this point, I was tired of feeling unhealthy and I was desperate for change, so I decided to learn from a personal trainer. My priority this time was not to lose weight. Instead, it was to get my body back in balance and overcome my unhealthy relationship with food. I slowly learned what macros I really needed for my goals and found foods that I enjoyed that were also flavorful. I worked out consistently to build strength, and I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. But I did start seeing results. After working with my trainer for 3 months, I became 3 sizes smaller, but this time, I didn't lose it through starving myself. I ate more than what I used to and exercised at a higher intensity. But I wasn't satisfied yet. I hit a plateau when I stopped working with my trainer, and I found myself starting to fear food again and restricting calories. But I knew I didn't want to fall back into the yo-yo cycle. So I reached out to my trainer again and asked her to help me for another 3 months. This time, I was focused on learning and understanding how fat loss truly works so I can hold myself accountable. And after those 3 months, I entered the Chloe Ting phase. During the pandemic, Chloe Ting was very popular and I wanted to hop on the trend. I was now exercising consistently, so I was confident in being able to complete her program. I chose to do her most popular 2-week shred program and saw a difference in my abs. However, as I continued on to her other programs, I noticed my body was bloating more than usual, but my diet hadn't changed at all. This was an indication that these programs were not a good fit for me, but I didn't want to give up. I reassessed why I kept failing and what didn't work and came up with a new plan. One that would work with my lifestyle and body. And this is the routine that I came up with. I set new goals for myself, and I was no longer chasing a certain weight. My focus was now on strength and how good I felt overall. Being able to keep up this routine and turn it into my lifestyle was what kept me going. I gave myself time to slowly replace bad habits with better ones, and I was kind to myself. I try to make every activity a little bit more enjoyable by doing it with others or making it a little bit more fun. Trusting the process and adopting the lifestyle change has helped me make the changes that I wanted to make with minimal stress. I no longer worry about my weight, and I just focus on preserving muscle mass and cycle between eating at maintenance and in a deficit. And what I learned is that food isn't scary and a calorie is a calorie. And the simple science is if you're in a deficit, you're going to lose weight, but it doesn't have to be extreme. Also, lifting weights will help you lean out, and you won't get bulky if you're in a caloric deficit. The heavier weight will cause you to expend more energy, thus placing you in a bigger deficit. And your muscles can't grow to a massive size if you're not in a surplus. So don't be afraid to lift heavy. Keeping your stress levels in check is also very important. I adopted my cat Benny, and he's helped me keep my stress levels significantly down. For women, it's important to understand that our bodies fluctuate throughout our period cycle. And when we bloat, we are not gaining a ton of fat, so just keep doing what you've been doing and the bloating will go away eventually. It took time, but I finally figured out what my body responds to. From being a normal healthy teenager to a young adult fearing food and being stuck in an endless yo-yo cycle. It was a rough journey, but it's one I don't regret going on, because now I can say I did that, and I'm not done yet. My next goal is prepping for a body profile shoot. It'll be a new adventure with different goals and challenges, and I'm excited to see how my body will respond to the 6-month prep. I'll be documenting the entire process on my channel, so if you want to follow along and join me on my next fitness adventure, feel free to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.